St. James Lutheran Church is a generous church. For the past 85 years, faithful people of this congregation have been passing faith forward from one generation to the next. Through worship and preaching, learning and teaching, sharing and giving, we know God's generous love for us because it has been passed on to us. This season, during our stewardship appeal, I will be interviewing 3 people to hear how they have experienced the generous love of God through the people and the ministries of St. James Lutheran Church. Today, I'm joined by Brenda Nygren Moe, one of St. James organizers of God's Work Our Hands Sunday, an ELCA day of service. We hosted God's Work Our Hands for the first time here at St. James on September 8th. Brenda, can you tell me a little bit about that day? Who was involved and what did they do?
God's Work Our Hands offered a special opportunity to be church together. At St. James, we offered projects for all abilities and generations, ensuring everyone could participate in the day of service. Some of the projects included quilt tying, making birthday bags, crafting cards, assembling laundry kits, and tackling some outdoor cleanup at St. James. A few of these projects specifically supported the CAP agency. The CAP agency assists and empowers individuals and families to achieve social and economic well-being in partnership with the community.
That sounds really great. Looking over the day, can you share one example of how you saw God's generous love that day?
Sure, I saw a lot of ways of how generous God's love was that day. And one specifically is to just observing across generations that were working together to uplift those in need.
That's really great. You know, seeing everyone volunteering and working together, I wanted to share with you and with our congregation that volunteering and service is one of our top 3 ministry priorities for 2025. Speaking of volunteering, tell me, why do you volunteer?
Well, I actually volunteer just to make a positive impact, to connect with others, and then just to contribute something greater than myself.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for everything. Thank you for volunteering to lead and organize God's Work Our Hands Sunday. And thank you for sharing your gifts with our community through St. James. We hope that we can host God's Work Our Hands again next year, and we hope to provide opportunities for all ages to serve throughout the year, even more opportunities. And to make this happen, we are asking people to consider increasing their offering. As everyone begins to think about their giving for next year, Brenda, what is one thing you would like people to keep in mind?
As everyone reflects on their giving for church for the next year, I encourage you to consider the impact your contributions have on our community, both inside and outside the church.
Our stewardship appeal theme for this year is passing faith forward. So before we go, I have one last question for you. What is one thing you hope St. James will pass forward to future generations?
I hope that St. James passes forward the strong sense of community and compassion. It's important that future generations feel connected, supported, and inspired to serve others.
I hope so for our church too. Thank you, Brenda. Cards, laundry kits, birthday bags, it doesn't seem like much. But even the smallest generous act can make a big difference. You may be thinking that your offering doesn't matter, or that your intent to give is insignificant, but it is, and it does matter. When each of us makes our intent to give next year, no matter the size or the amount, we are all sharing in the work of God, God's generous love. Together, we are a generous church. You are part of the legacy of St. James Lutheran Church because you are a part of this church today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your offerings of love and service through money and your time. On October 27th, I hope you will join me and Brenda and the whole congregation as we bring our intent cards to worship that Sunday. In this small and bold offering, we will continue to pass faith forward for generations to come.